Today I want to speak to you about being fearless. Absolutely, positively fearless. I'm not talking about Fallujah, Iraq fearless. I'm talking about your life, dealing with stuff in your life. And let me show you how, boy, this is a tricky matrix that we live in. Let me show you just how incredible this matrix that we're living. Okay, there's a system in place that we sense but we're not really aware of. It's like the matrix. And that system is placed here to keep you in fear and keep you in debt. Basically to keep you enslaved. And your employers right now, the economy, they're telling you the economy is tough. And people believe that. And because the employers know that the economy is kind of rough, chances are they start treating you a certain way, they start dealing with you with less respect, and a lot of people put up with it. I saw it when I was on my job. I saw salesmen being handled all sorts of ways, and they put up with it because they felt they couldn't do any better. I, on the other hand, was absolutely fearless. I did not care about a job. I really believed that whatever happened, I would be okay, I could survive. Not only could I survive, I would thrive. So, case in point, the last job that I had, I was working at Siemens Furniture, and I developed this passion for poetry. So I'm supposed to work on Friday nights from, I believe, noon until 10 o'clock at night. The poetry club that I would go to, the Brooklyn Moon Cafe, was on Friday nights, and I needed to be there by 9 o'clock to sign my name on the list. So I asked the manager, listen, I need to get Fridays off. He wouldn't give it to me. Okay, forget giving me Fridays off. I need to be able to leave at 7. That's not going to work, Kirk. Okay, no problem. However, the manager, he would leave at 7. And sure enough, by 7:15, Kirk Nugent was out the door. Care about no 10 o'clock and time clock. I'm Kirk Nugent, babe. I make it do what it don't. That's the attitude that I had. Now, the other salespeople that were on the floor, they didn't care because it was one less salesperson, less commission to share. Go ahead, Kirk, do your thing. So I would leave and I would go to the poetry club on Friday night, have the time of my life, and return on Saturday morning. One Saturday morning, I came in and the manager said to me, Kirk, what time did you leave last night? Now, you know, when you're a child and you're in trouble, the parent asks you a question to see if you're going to lie, and then you get even more trouble. But I'm a grown man. I'm not scared of this guy. So he said, Kirk, what time did you leave last night? I said, if you're asking me that question, you already know. What do you want to talk about? He said, well, don't punch in. You have to speak to the regional manager. No problem. Get her on the phone. Now, this regional manager, all the salesmen there feared her. She was divorced 4 times, and she was known to have a deep hatred for men. She loved to break men down and make them feel small and ridicule them. So we got on the phone and she said to me, okay, Kirk, what time did you leave last night? I said, you're already aware of what time I left last night. She said, well, you need to come to my office and see me. Not a problem. Where's your office? She said, King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. King of Prussia? I never heard of King of Prussia. I work in New Jersey, New Brunswick. I said to her, I'm not coming to Pennsylvania. Listen, you're going to be here because this was a Saturday. I said, you're going to be here on Tuesday for the regional meeting. I'll meet you here on Tuesday. She said, no, you have to come to the office and see me. I said, I'm not coming to the office and see you. She said, Kirk, what did you say? I said, you heard me. She said, listen, you better come see me or else. That's another fear tactic, because whenever someone say or else, as a child when you're growing up, you better clean your room or else. They never tell you what or else is. So now your imagination takes over and make the most scary scenario, and you start frightened and worrying. Oh my God, what is this or else? So you go and clean your room. So I said to her, listen, I already told you I'm not coming here. Whatever or else is, you might as well move on to it. I'm not coming to see you. And as a matter of fact, I'm not punching. You're on my time. I choose not to have this conversation on my time. Click. And I hung up on her. So I left. And the manager told me, you have to go home. Before I left, he said, you go home and you can't come back until you go see the regional manager. No problem. I went home and I understood the game. Now, they're going to try and starve me out. They're figuring I'm living paycheck to paycheck, or the average person living paycheck to paycheck. So if I stay home for a week or 2, I'll come back and I'll be begging and I'll buckle and try to get the job back. I figured it's a chess game. They just made their move. Now it's my move. How can I survive, and not even survive, but thrive without this job until they fire me? Because if they fire me, that's cool. I could get unemployment while I build my business. I don't care about any of that. I'm Kirk Nugent. I'm going to figure out a way. I'm greater than this system. I always believe that. So I left the job and I went down to Newark, New Jersey, and I just parked and I watched what was going on. I watched, because there's always money being made in the hood. And I watched everybody doing their transaction, legal, illegal. How can I get some money here? Everyone, it's like they were wearing a uniform. White t-shirt, blue jeans. Got it. went to New York and I took my paycheck, the money that I had, and I bought t-shirts wholesale, white shirts. And then I took my poetry. As a matter of fact, I took a quote from Abraham Lincoln. And the quote says, while good things might come to those who wait, I press it on the front of the shirt, better things come to those who hustle. And I made those shirts and I started selling it. The same week, there was a lot of police brutality going on in New York, Giuliani, and Al Sharpton. That's how I met Reverend Al Sharpton. Reverend Al Sharpton was having this protest, and I made a shirt. Again, I'm just taking lines from my poetry. I made a t-shirt, and on the back of the shirt it has a young man looking through prison bars. And on the front of the shirt it says, "You have no money for college grants, so we're denied our cap and gown." On the back, "Yet you find $45,000 per year to keep a brother locked down." So when I took that shirt over to New York, it resonated with the people who were marching about the police brutality. When I took the other shirt about make money, it resonated with the people in the streets who were trying to make money. So I started selling my t-shirts, and I was making more by the end of the week than when I was making at Siemens Furniture. So I started selling my shirts. After 3 weeks, the woman, my regional manager, called. She said, "Kirk, when are you coming back?" I said, "I told you I'm not coming to see you. I'm not coming to Pennsylvania. There's no way I'm driving so many miles for you to just fire me. If you're going to fire me over the phone. And we're good." She said, "Kirk, I'm not firing you, but you have to come see me." I said, "Look, it's not going to happen. I'm not coming to see you. I'm never, ever, ever going to Pennsylvania. So whatever you're going to do, might as well do it." She said, "Well, you have to be reprimanded for your insubordination. You're suspended for today and show up to work tomorrow." That was it. Now, if I was afraid of her and I was terrified, they would have had me like a little fool running all over the place of Pennsylvania, buying this 99 cents a gallon gas, which was very expensive back then. But I choose not to do it. And because I stood into my power, when I went back to work, they were surprised I was there. Not only were they surprised, but now, being that I was out developing this entrepreneurial skill, I had something else to do. I was more confident. When I left, I figured, okay, this is another business. I could make t-shirts, and for a while I had my own clothing line. T-shirts, hats, and I was selling t-shirts. I had my stuff in different stores, but it gave me an opportunity to grow. Instead of being there and panicking, "Oh my God, they caught me. I snuck out of work and I might lose my job." And I don't know. You step out of your fear. I want you to step into your boldness, step into your courage, and whatever happened, tell yourself, only good things happen to me. It doesn't matter what happened. Only good things happen. That's what I said. When they told, "Oh, Kirk, you have to go home." I said, "Listen, only good things happen to me. Kirk, we're going to figure it a way. We're going to find a way to beat this thing. We're going to find a way to make this work for us." And it did. So pay attention to that. Pay attention to where you're fearful and start stepping into that fear, because only by confronting the fear will you change it and transform it into something else, which is courage. So tomorrow we'll talk some more.